Today we have Ayushi talking about.
And my coach said, it's not happening to you. Why don't you reframe and think about it as it is happening for you? In our day to day lives,
Right.
only 5% of our actions are taken via the conscious mind.
Okay.
The remaining 95% of the actions that we take throughout the day or anything that we do
Right.
is decided by the subconscious mind.
What about fathers? The father too wants to spend time with their children, is working super hard in order to ensure that this extra responsibility that has come in now solely comes on the father if the mother has taken a break.
What does the future look like in each situation, where you take a break or where you don't?
Got it.
Which is the one you're going to regret 5 years, 10 years later? Google's chairman, Eric Schmidt, from long back, he said this, that the best business advice I ever got was to get a coach.
Hi, Ayushi.
Hi, Shobhna.
So today on Zen But Not Calm, we have this beautiful mom, Ayushi.
Hi.
So, Ayushi, why don't you first introduce yourself?
I am currently working as a career coach / executive coach, which is basically like a life coach for professionals. And I help mid-career professionals, anybody who has 8 years and above experience, in kind of recrafting their career and recrafting their lives along with that, because career is a huge part of our lives, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Majority of our waking hours go in
Go
working
into
at a
working.
job, so that has
Absolutely.
to work for us.
Right.
So that's where I help the mid-career professionals, and it comes from my experience of doing that for myself, and maybe we'll talk about it later as well,
Right.
how I transitioned into this. But yeah, that's who I am. I was an ex data science and a consultant with
Okay.
with MNCs. I worked for 15 years in a corporate career.
Wow.
Before I decided, oh,
Take
let
a
me
break.
switch. It's not for me. It's not energizing me anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm a career coach. I'm a mother of two. I have a 5-year-old
Okay.
and who's about to turn 5, and a 2-year-old. So a
Okay.
boy and a girl.
And what are their names?
My daughter, who is 2 years old, is Adya.
Okay.
And my son, who's about to turn 5, is Arav.
Arav. Okay, so Adya and Arav, why don't you tell a little bit about them and their personality?
Oh, Lord.
Lots to speak.
Yes. So they are both super energetic kids.
Right.
I think anybody who plays with our kids, they're like, oh Lord, like my
They are
daughter,
con-
instead of slipping on a slide, is going to climb up the slide. That's who she
Right.
is.
Right.
And same is with my son as well. So very high energy, high EQ kids. I don't know
Right.
where they're getting it from. Maybe because I was training to become a coach when I had them. So that has had an impact on
Fair enough. Yes.
on them probably. But yeah, that's who they are.
Okay. So you said that you started this closer to your second pregnancy?
Closer to my second pregnancy, yes.
So what motivated you to move out of your corporate role into becoming a career coach and helping so many others who are probably struggling with their current situation in careers?
Yes, it's very interesting, right?
Okay.
This story. At my last company, I was working as a consultant and a data science person. So I was in a client-facing job, etc., and I was liking it. It's not that I was hating it or anything, but and then I was going to be promoted at that company. To a director position, and I was working at Visa at that time, and they have this amazing program where they tag you to a coach to help you navigate a leadership position. So I was given a coach for 6 months to navigate that position. I instead used that opportunity.
Hey, that's a good job to me. Teach me how you do your thing.
For all my personal and professional problems, so to speak.
Right.
That coach kind of helped me immensely. It transformed both the fears for me.
Okay.
And through that period, it was COVID time, right? When I had this coach, this was 5 years back. In fact, when I had my first kid, that's when all the drama in my life started.
All our lives.
All our lives started, right? Close quarters, living with the in-laws, having the first child, which is like a huge transition.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Amongst all that, I was being promoted, and that's when God sent a coach to me. And that changed everything. And I realized that this is so powerful. Everybody should have a coach in their life. That was one. Second, I realized that I would be very good at it, if I may say so myself. Because
I can do this better than you. Yes, go
Oh
on.
yeah, I mean, I thought I was empathetic, and
Right.
even as a kid, I had high EQ. I
Right.
used to care about other people quite a lot,
Right.
and I used to be non-judgmental. And
Mm.
my coach told me these are all the qualities that you need to become a coach. I said, I never knew this was a profession. Otherwise, I would have done this
Taken
from the
long back.
start.
Yeah.
So that's where the seed was sown to become a coach.
Nice.
Plus, I realized that I was going to have a second child.
Okay.
And I said, that's perfect, right? It gives me the flexibility of hours, of my
Mm.
time,
Which you
freedom,
need.
which I need, right?
Yeah.
With two kids, it's
Right.
not going to be easy
Easy.
anyway. So I said, okay, God is giving me a signal here. I'm going to have a second child.
Right.
And I figured out that I like something so much, I can build something of my own.
Lovely.
That's where the
Lovely.
journey
Beautiful.
started.
So I see your inspiration, and probably the first guru also was your own career coach.
Yes.
So what were the takeaways apart from being empathetic or non-judgmental, which I think is a beautiful side of, I mean, or a requirement rather, a huge requirement if you want to be helping other people. But apart from that, what were the bigger transitions that you felt that your coach was able to guide you through your, at that moment, corporate stint?
I think a lot of my conversations with my coach were around what was happening to me. And my coach said, it's not happening to you. Why don't you reframe and think about it as it is happening for you? I think that was one of the switches.
Wow.
That,
so,
yeah.
Wow.
So she said, maybe whatever is happening, you are taking it in a cynical way. Why don't you try to reframe and see other person's point of view? And that's when the energy and the things started to shift.
It's I think on a parallel note, when people say glass half full and glass half empty, the to me is a glass half empty, and for me is a glass half full, right? So I think that's
almost like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think very well framed, wonderful. Oh, so yeah, I think so. They actually help you shift your mindset more than
absolutely. And I think coaching is about that, right? It is
Correct.
going in your subconscious mind and changing that.
Beautiful.
So, in fact, this relates to the name of my company. So I call it the 95%. Now, the logic behind that is
interesting. Yes, tell me.
The logic behind that is that in our day-to-day lives, only 5% of our actions are taken via the conscious mind.
Okay.
The remaining 95% of the actions that we take throughout the day or anything that we do is decided by the subconscious mind. We don't even think about some of the things and we just do it on autopilot.
True,
so
very
if you
true.
want to change your reality, you change that 95%.
Oh, wow.
Which is your subconscious mind, not your conscious mind. A subconscious mind, to change that, you need to work on habits, rewiring it. So that's where it came from.
Once a person comes to you, I'm sure that they will gain a lot from you. But at what moment do you think a person realizes? I mean, that's a very critical aspect. Most of us don't realize we're running on autopilot, right? Yeah. So I think that's that moment, that minute or that momentary second that you feel the need of approaching a coach. What do you think inspires people? What's that moment?
In reality, a lot of people come to a coach when they've exhausted all the other options, or when they've tried something a lot and it's not working for them. So, in fact, there's a client that I'm working with. She's a mother of two as well, like me. She's struggling in her job because she has this responsibility, and then through life, you develop that subconscious bias, right? I'm not good enough. I need to do this. I need to be here in my career. So many pressures we are taking, right?
True.
And that mother came to me when she was like literally out of ideas, on the brink of anxiety, on the brink of depression.
Right.
Now, that's not the right time. Like, better
to start early.
Yeah, better to start early. Yes, of course.
So, what would you recommend? Like, what's when do you take a step early? How do you not? I mean, most of us, we go to a doctor when something has broken. So we go to a coach when something is broken.
Yeah.
Why? You're right. It's probably too late to wait for it to be broken, and it's probably better to start early. But when do you think is the right time, or what is that moment that a person should realize that maybe it's not a bad idea? Because this is not. This is nothing to be self-judged about either.
Absolutely
I think it's a
not.
good thing to get a new perspective,
Yeah.
brainstorm with somebody else, because that really opens up beautiful ideas in your
Mm.
head, something you never realized existed. Like this conversation, very frankly.
Yes.
So why not approach you early, and what is that moment that you think people should like take a step back and figure that moment beforehand than before it's broken?
I would say start listening to your inner intuition and inner voice. When you've tried something several times on your own, uh, you are able to realize that something is missing,
Right.
and I am not able to figure it out on my own. I
Right.
need a support system.
True.
Now, sometimes that support can come from your friends, your spouse, your parents. But if you've tried that and that has not worked, don't wait for things to get worse. Seek someone out, be it a mentor. If the mentor is not working, seek out a coach. Now, I want to say at this point, a coach is not a therapist. It is very different. So
Correct.
do not confuse with that.
Right.
If you're going through anxiety, depression, please go to a therapist. Do not go to a coach. Coach is helpful when you're already operating slightly above average of other people around you. And the coach takes you to the next level. That's when a coach is very helpful, because it's about more present to future focused, whereas therapy is more past focused, trauma focused. Like, the assumption there is that you need to heal something.
Right.
In coaching, the assumption is that you are resourceful, you are whole, and you're creative.
And you can work from that point on.
Yes.
And something that you don't realize it exists inside,
exactly.
But that's what you need to
so
tap on.
You need someone to tell you, yeah, you're already doing good. Why don't you go ahead and try this? And that's enough. I've seen it so many times.
True, very true.
So just reach out to a coach when you're already in a good place,
right.
But you know that I'm not going to go to the next level on my own.
Without yes. a little bit of brainstorming
or, a brainstorming partner, a sounding board, a cheerleader, an accountability partner.
Right.
Those are all the roles
that you play as a coach.
Yeah.
And that's a huge responsibility, right, on you. So now tell me one thing. How are you managing that for yourself? Like, what are the things you tell yourself? Because at the end of the day, you're also a mom. You're a mom of 2 kids. You are at a point where, of course, you did take that transition. You had somebody to guide you through these phases. But I'm sure every mother faces this every now and then, where you do realize that, okay, I'm doing something, but am I doing enough? Am I doing less? Am I doing more? Should I take a break? Should I move on? Time with children. There's just so many confusions that are surrounding our decision making every single day, right? So what is it that you do for yourself, even though you are a career coach and you can definitely help yourself, but that is also a critical aspect, right? So what is it that you do for yourself?
Yeah. And I've very consciously developed that ecosystem around me. So I've done 2 things primarily. One is to have a group of like-minded girlfriends.
Fair enough.
I meet them every now and then.
Right.
जो भी है सब
निकालो
भड़ास निकाली. Like, we go as low as we can so that I can play high in my life, in my actual life. So they are like people who I discuss things with, I brainstorm with. I just talk to them. I have a walking partner who I speak with. So that's one. That's my group of girls.
Right.
The other is I also have a coach. I don't have one. I have 2. I have 2 coaches.
Okay.
So anytime I'm going through something that I'm not able to resolve on my own, or by talking to my parents or my spouse, I know help is waiting for me. If I've had a sleepless night, I'm going to schedule a session with my coach and just
get it done.
Get my mindset in the right place for me to work.
I think that's very, very important. And this is not just for people who are looking for career coaches, but anybody who's doing something for others as well. That why should you have to believe that you have to do this alone?
Absolutely not. Please do not do it alone. Please.
And learning is constant, right? Yes. And growing is constant, right? So even though there is a big responsibility on our shoulder to be guiding others, at the same time, it's our own responsibility to take care of us. If we don't do that, how can we help others, right?
No,
so I think
can't.
Very, very honest and very openly said, and I truly appreciate that. I think that's wonderful. So wow.
That's how I have survived so far. Otherwise, none of us can.
Which is true, very true. So what's the biggest challenge that you face while you are working and trying to get your day going? But at the same time, you have these 2 beautiful children who are extremely energetic, going uphill the slide. So, and your mind is here and there, but how is it that you bring it all together and keep the chaos out? So what is it that you face, or the challenges that you see on a day-to-day basis as a mother?
A lot of it I have solved, to be honest, because I also do self-coaching. So wherever I'm in a problem, I'm like, put down on paper. I ask myself questions, right? That's the job of a coach.
Right.
I do that to myself. But apart from that, I think I have a strong supporter and a very strong ecosystem in my nannies, number one. So I have not faced a lot of challenges on that side of managing. Neither do I have any guilt that I am working and I'm not giving time to my kids, because I do give time to them.
Right.
I have now designed my life and my work around my kids and not the other way around.
So, since you mentioned the word guilt, isn't that one of the biggest challenges that mothers generally face and they come to you for?
Hands down.
Hands down. So, when they do approach you, most of those challenges that they are facing, whether it's midlife, career situations, something that's holding them back, something that's they're not able to tap upon, is the core of that guilt of not spending enough time with their children. Do you see that?
Yeah. I almost always, any working mother that comes to me, that is definitely a part of their problem, that we want to spend more time, but we don't have enough hours. We are either more tired, this and that. But at the same time, the other thing they say is, we will not be good mothers if we spend all our time at home. We are just wired that way.
Right.
And that's our generation, right? They're like, we can't leave, we can't stop working. Because that's our identity, kind of. And I'm not saying that is right or wrong approach, but that's
it's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice.
Fair
right
enough. Yeah.
They say we have to keep working. We want to figure out a way to balance both. So that's what I've helped a lot of mothers with.
How do you, like, what is the process, of what are the key takeaways? I mean, I'm not going to ask you to take my therapy here, but just key takeaways that could probably help mothers in general who are struggling with something similar. Of course, for anything deeper, they can approach you directly. But if there are some key takeaways that you commonly observe, nothing personalized to any mother, but generally that you see, if there are some key takeaways, what would those be?
Yeah, I would say two. So number one, if there is a concept called job crafting, which was researched by Ross School of Business, and this is something that I work with on not just mothers but fathers as well, because they have this challenge as well. It means that you recraft your job role according to your values, your passion, your strengths. And when you do that, it is aligned with who you are, and it doesn't become a struggle every single day. So you don't have to overwork yourself, because now you are doing things, or you are doing more of things that you're good at. That's what.
So you're more efficient as well.
Yes, you're
and
efficient,
productive,
and you like doing it. So imagine your energy levels are going to be that much higher.
Right.
So that process of job crafting is one. Beautiful. So we try to make your current jobs work for you. Right. That's number one. Number two, if after trying everything, and there are various tools, job crafting is just one, but there are various ways to make your jobs work for you.
Right.
Just leave that job. There is no dearth of jobs. Don't stay stuck in your life, is what I tell them. Like, get over the fear of not finding anything. Why would you not? If you're good, and if you feel there is a skill that is lacking in you, just upskill yourself. Take a break for 2 months. Upskill yourself. Go find a job that serves you. Why are you serving the whole world and not serving yourself?
Wow, very well put. Very well put. That's a very good takeaway, that you are serving something else, it should be serving you in a way, right? And that's how you want to be able to progress in life.
If you have a little bit of courage, you will be able to do it.
Right.
Like, I've seen so many people do it. It's not rocket science.
Yeah. And I think that's where the mindset shift
is
has
required.
To be tapped upon. And so, yeah, I mean, that's a huge responsibility on your shoulder to help bring about that. But that requires so much more deeper personal connect with individuals, right?
There's one more thing before we move forward that I want mothers to know, that work on your self-worth. A lot of mothers that come to me also think they are not good enough. And because they think that, they overwork themselves. That's also the cause of that work-life balance going off.
Very true.
Yeah. If they think that I am enough and that I am doing what I'm meant to do, they wouldn't overwork themselves.
Right.
So they have to kind of, now it could be affirmations, it could be this, there are so many things, but you
Multiple
have to
methods,
work
right.
on your confidence.
Right.
Respect at work should be non-negotiable for you. Do not get disrespected and still continue to work. And just self-efficacy, build that in yourself.
Now that you mentioned about the workplace, in today's age and stage, every woman and slash mother wants to make it big in her career as well, because we are all equally educated, or maybe sometimes more, and equally skilled, maybe sometimes more. And we see ourselves as moving upward in the career trajectory as we begin our career, right? But there's always this time where we are struggling with this understanding of whether is it the right time to be a mom or not. And that struggle, do you think, is making women feel that probably we should keep postponing motherhood or never tap into it at all? Do you see that as a huge struggle? And do you see that as an outcome eventually, that women are not taking up motherhood as easily as they used to before? Because career is something which has become critical, and the companies are not providing that kind of an environment where that balance could be easily met and encouraged for a mother.
Yes, that is a trend that I've seen, but also it has improved a lot recently, especially after COVID.
Fair enough.
Because now people understand, or the companies understand, that if you do not give the freedom to kind of be with family, be with kids, people are going to find something else.
Okay.
And yeah, so less of that, but at the same time, there is another set of women that I see who are averse to having more responsibilities in this volatile, uncertain world, right? We are going towards the VUCA world, so that is volatile, uncertain, and all of that, right? And they're like, why do we even get married? There is a kind, there are people who are going through that thought process, right?
Correct. Very
with
true.
with the preferences of partners being so very different, and all that,
and non-negotiable, right? In a way where
right?
yeah, and it's okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, there's nothing wrong in that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you, do
Correct.
whatever works
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you. Nothing against either of those choices. I have friends who haven't married and they have taken a decision to just be themselves, not because of their career, but because they feel it isn't adding like
value to their
right?
way of
Their
I mean,
way of
nothing
life,
positive at this moment, at least.
or there are women who are married but they have decided to not have kids out of choice. Again, not solely because of career, but there are so many other reasons for that.
Okay.
So work, apart from work supporting you in having kids, there are so many other factors that are playing today.
Okay. So we did tap upon women and mothers, and yes, there is a big struggle there, but as you're saying, things are improving, and now we have support systems like career coaches, and the companies have become more flexible because post-COVID work from home has also taken up. At least it's becoming a more common way of life, right? I think before pre-COVID, that was generally never given even as an option. Now mothers are easily able to take that leave, that break, work from anywhere, any part of the world, and still make a difference. What about fathers? I mean, I would love to tap upon this because as much as we talk about mothers all the time, and yes, as nature would have intended, mothers do sometimes decide to take a break, maybe from their career, because that's again a personal choice where they want to be a part of everything motherhood. They want to be there 24/7 managing everything for their child. And that itself is a big job in itself. So yeah, of course, if a mother decides to be a stay at home mom managing a child, that itself is a big job. If not, she decides to go back to a career and take support systems that work very well for her. But if a mother does decide to take that break, it's a huge hit on the financial aspect, right? And that's where the father also comes in. The father too wants to spend time with their children. The father is working super hard in order to ensure that this extra responsibility that has come in now solely comes on the father if the mother has taken a break. The father is also now spending probably the whole day at work, coming back late in the evenings, the child has already fallen asleep. So the time that the father gets with the child is probably more closer to the weekends, not towards the weekdays. So they are also struggling quite a bit, trying to overcome the new sense of responsibility, the entire weight of providing the financial side of things and having that hit, because now a balance has kind of shifted away. So do you have fathers who come to you today and bring about these kind of discomforts or concerns that they face?
Yeah. So what I've seen from people who have come to me as clients, but also from what I've seen amongst my friends, right? Because there are some of, I also took a break, by the way, in between.
Right.
When I was having my daughter, my second kid. And I know quite a few people who did. So there are stages in which fathers also process this new phase of life, right?
Right.
So if the mother has, let's say, quit her job, like you said, the responsibility is now on father. So they're working extra hard and they're making sure that, oh, we are getting promoted, this and that.
Right.
That's going on in their mind.
Exactly.
For the first few months, that's fine. But then they start missing the bonding time with the kid as well,
right.
because they are working hard. They don't have that time. I mean, they have that peace of mind that the kids are being taken care of. So
true, because mom is right there.
Mom is right there.
So that
peace of mind is there.
True.
And that helps them
progress,
navigate that.
Navigate, right.
But at the same time, they start missing that time as well. And then the third stage is when it is too long, when the mother has taken a break. In case of a lot of couples, what I've seen is the father also starts to feel, so maybe he's burnt out or whatever, and that's why he wants a partner to also contribute so that he can take a break now.
True.
So I've seen that also started happening where the partner is like, hey, I'd like to chill a little bit.
Or start something that I enjoy doing, or rather than being bound down by these midlife situations where I continue doing what I don't enjoy doing. So let's say
they want to change the job. They're not taking that leap because they know that the market is not very good. The job market isn't easy these days. So what if I quit and I don't find something?
So how do you help them navigate this? I know it's a tough thing to ask, and I know it's very personalized, but in your general opinion, if there were two takeaways or key takeaways, what would you say to the fathers today?
I would say just take stock of your earnings, your financial situation, see how much runway you have. If you have the time to pause, if you have the resources to pause for even a few months, do that. Use the savings or the wealth that you have built for your mental health, for being with your kids, because very, very soon they are not going to need you at all.
I mean, you see the changes so fast.
So fast, right? Yeah. So it's only this 5-6 years the window hai,
correct,
where you can really bond with them, connect with them. If you miss that, you may regret later. So if you are the kind who's going to regret that, by the way, for the people who come with such a thing, the framework I use is I help them see what is the what does the future look like in each situation, where you take a break or where you don't.
Got it.
Which is the one you're going to regret 5 years, 10 years later. And that's how I help them arrive at that.
Wow.
That's how my coach helped me arrive at the decision of quitting my job.
Fair enough.
Because I decided I was going to regret not being there for my kid more than the financial loss that I would have to take
up. I think most of us live in the moment and, like you said, run on autopilot without visualizing what we are missing. And that comes a little too late.
Yes.
5 or 10 years down the line. And that's, again, like you said, a little too late. Do you think, because the whole responsibility is on the fathers, do you think they don't express it out so much when they come back home?
Yeah, they don't. And men don't.
Men don't, right? And isn't that one bigger aspect that a father / husband, your safe space is back home again, right? Where you're, as much as, yes, your wife has taken a break, being a mother, and yes, she is managing, and you don't want to, I think fathers don't want to stress the mothers out because they are handling and they don't want to bring about that kind of a stress home. But would you recommend that it's important to continue having these conversations where both the mother and father are openly sharing their stresses? Because he is stressing at work, not getting time with the children, and there's just so much going on inside of him. She is running a parallel life where she's stressing about not working. Maybe she's also having similar concerns and stresses.
Yeah.
So do you recommend that to them too when they come to you, that it's important to have or build that bridge or let go of that gap?
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Having an open conversation, especially when going through this early childhood phase. Oh Lord, how important that is, because each of you are going through a new phase of life.
Correct.
Father as much as the mother. And both need, if they're not communicating, it's going to come up later.
5 years down the line, yes. too little, too late.
So it is going to come up.
Correct.
So better to tackle it right now, even sometimes if it comes at a cost of having a conflict or having a difficult conversation.
Right.
Have it now before it builds into something big. So go through the discomfort.
And I think the bigger problem is most of us keep it inside, right? And that eventually keeps piling up one by one, and then there's a stack overflow. And that when it comes out, it's this huge burst of emotions. And what triggered it would have been something very, very tiny. It didn't deserve this kind of a burst. But when it does happen, it's not actually that trigger. It is that big pile.
Absolutely.
Underneath, right?
So many marriages, in so many marriages that happens.
Right. So what are the top 3 reasons that you see mother or father, people in general, come forward when it comes to their career?
I would say number 1, like you said, is stagnation and that feeling of stuckness, that they're not moving forward.
Right.
And it could be because they are navigating a mid to senior leadership transition, because that is a very, very sticky phase for most professionals. You have to learn a whole set of new skills that you aren't taught, because those are soft skills. Those are not technical skills or functional skills. So that is one. The second, I would say, is when they don't know what they're doing with their career. So they not just the fact that they are stuck, but they don't feel joy at work. And that's my whole pitch to them. You should feel joy at work. You're spending 1/3 of your life. So 1/3 of your life you're sleeping, 1/3 of your life you are working, other 1/3 is this and that, yourself, basic activities. So feel joy at work, and they stop feeling that joy. That's when I help them realign and recraft their career path.
Understood.
Again, based on their values, strengths, passion. That whole Ikigai model is what I work with then.
Lovely.
A lot of professionals that come to me, and they say we are doing what we are doing, but we don't feel confident enough. Like self-esteem ka issue hai.
Understood.
Self-esteem, self-efficacy, self-worth, confidence, that has been eroded over the past few years for whatever reason. Or maybe हो सकता है आप बच्चे का ख्याल रख रहे हो घर पे, you have a young child and you don't have enough time to work. Like you have to give some time to your wife also, otherwise the wife is going to kill you. You have to give some time to your kid also.
Right.
So you can't work on weekends.
Right.
And a lot of us are working in jobs where we need to log in on weekends and do some work to go to the next level.
Understood.
And because they are not able to do that, it is taking a hit on their self-worth. And we've been doing so well in our life. What is happening to us now? So that,
why did he get the promotion and not me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I did as much effort. Maybe what would be the reason in general? So just to tap and help them understand that life is longer and bigger than that. So you said Ikigai. You use that term. So tell me, is there one example that you can state where you did bring about this realization of a person's Ikigai? Or the purpose?
So many. So
one of your achievements in this space where you guided and helped a person navigate through and realize their Ikigai.
I'll talk about this client of mine who came to me and he was like a techie. And he was doing well in his job. He was doing an MBA from somewhere. So in a good state of mind, doing everything. He's like, I don't know what is the purpose behind me doing that. So that's how the conversation started.
Okay.
And over the course of few sessions, we worked on what does purpose mean to him? What are his strengths? What is it that he loves to do? What are his non-negotiables? And what is his overall view, or if he were to visualize his life 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, what does it look like?
Got it.
We worked on all these small basics and tenets, and then we brought it together. And what came out in his Ikigai was he hated what he was doing and that wasn't giving him joy.
Right.
Whereas opening a cafe of his own.
Wow, that's like a complete shift. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. Or having a travel business, or like doing something of his own where he's not answerable to anyone.
Got it.
Was something that he wants to work towards. So if that comes 2 years from now, fine. If it doesn't, he said, I'm going to work towards that goal.
Understood.
Because I'm very clear now
what I want
am
to
not
do
meant to
to do this. So I think, a lot of experiences in life also guide you through those moments. And like you had yours, where you had worked so hard in your career, but there was this Ikigai moment that your coach
absolutely
inculcated
and it
in
was
you.
a total shift in my case also, right? Full 360-degree turn.
And sometimes that's what is essential. And today, when you come back home at the end of the day, you are actually in a more happier place.
Yes.
Because you have achieved something that you really enjoy doing, and you've been able to bring about a difference in somebody else's life too. Is that also one of the aspects that drives you? What drives you to continue this?
Yeah, I think the fact that I love it. One, I chose it very intentionally. Nobody forced it on me. Right?
Okay.
So that itself gives me that sense of purpose.
Understood.
And the fact that I've chosen something that is based on my strengths, and I'm not trying to improve on my weaknesses. I'm sure there are so many, but I'm not going to look at that, right? I am going to look at my strengths, and I'm building the foundation on that. And I love doing it. The impact that it has on people on an everyday basis. I mean, genuinely, it is such a satisfying job that I'm able to bring that change in other people's life.
How is that moment when you feel the client come back and tell you that I achieved this thanks to you? How can you express that joy?
Thinking about it is giving me goosebumps, because it is such a gratifying moment.
Right.
Like, I'm grateful every single day. There is not a single day that goes by and I say, hey, I hate my life, or this. I'm like, thank God I do this for work. Thank God. And like you said, right, that feeling when somebody says, hey, you've helped me do this, and you've helped me found that, it feels so good.
Right.
It's like the best feeling
in the world.
It's like the best. That keeps me going,
right? Yeah.
One
okay,
after the
lovely. So there are these two things that I've generally observed. People associate taking external help as a big decision in their life for two reasons. One is, I think it's a taboo in itself, where they associate it as a parallel to therapy. It's a big hit on the ego, self-ego, that you can't handle this by yourself. You need external help. So it kind of comes back as a weakness more than a possibility of strength, So that is one aspect that holds them back from taking such a decision or a leap towards that faith of trusting an external coach. And the other thing I've seen is it even worth the investment? So what if I put in the money and I don't get back that value? Or is it even valuable to go ahead and invest all that money in deciding and working with a career coach? So do you think there's value in what I'm saying? Or you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, these are the top few concerns or objections, if I might call it that.
Right.
Coaching is pretty new to India, by the way. I mean, therapy is a term that people understand. So one, it's new. Two, like you said, it's kind of a taboo. Why can't I solve it myself, right? Something must be wrong with me if I'm not able to figure it out myself. But what people don't know is nobody can, not even the best of the leaders.
Right.
So Google's chairman, Eric Schmidt, from long back, he said this, that the best business advice I ever got was to get a coach. Like, people, everybody is going for it. We just don't know that.
Right.
You think it's a taboo, but it's not.
Right.
Therapy has almost become a badge of honor in the US, right?
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to therapy, which means I am working on myself. That's what it means. It doesn't mean you can't solve your problems on your own. You are living your life on your own, right?
Correct.
You just have some support in doing that faster. And trust me, you will figure out it on your own as well if you take more time. But do you want to spend that time? What is that time worth to you? If there was something you could do in a month versus in a year, let's talk about promotion, because numbers is what people understand.
Correct.
What is the value of getting promoted 11 months earlier to you? Tell me. And when it comes to monetary value, that's what I tell them. Look at the monetary value. You are only paying me 1/100th of that cost.
Right.
So where is the issue? Why are we even thinking about it? Look at the math,
And people are okay to spend, like we speak on a similar line when it comes to wellness in general, right? You're ready to spend 1,000, 2,000 to step out for a meal, maybe once a week. But at the same time, when you go to a coach, whether it's related to your health, a doctor, whoever you approach, you question them about the monetary side of things. At that moment, all the questions arrive. It's never about
Yeah, you go buy a Zara dress for 2,000, 3,000, right? But would
Right?
you invest that same amount in working with a therapist or a coach to get your mindset right so that you can show up at work every single day with like
Correct.
so much more confidence?
Very true. Very well said. I'm going to ask you because you mentioned something about efficiency, and this has been doing rounds
Hmm.
today.
Hmm.
Do you think ChatGPT
Hmm.
is your competitor when it comes to a career coach? Because a lot of
Absolutely not.
where do you think? Because there are a lot of people today who are
Hmm.
concerned
Hmm.
that the jobs are being taken away,
Hmm.
and if their job is at stake because GPT is right now making so many things more efficient.
Hmm.
What I could do in a year,
Yeah.
I can do in a month.
Yeah.
What do you think ChatGPT can't do that a career coach
Empathy.
can?
EQ.
Okay.
The See, AI is still not sentient, right? We are not talking about Terminator where there is this robot that can think and
Right.
feel, right?
Right.
We are not
Right. We are not there yet.
we are not there yet. We may not there yet, and
Huh.
it'll take a few years to get to
Right.
that level. But when you're feeling low, when you're sad, do you want to talk to a robot or to a person? Just think about that. So that's the difference, right? I know there is a therapist in ChatGPT. A lot of people don't know, but I tell them there is a kind of a coach slash therapist called Mia in ChatGPT. Use that. So whenever you are facing something, or if it's a small thing that is troubling you, just talk to Mia. Ask questions. It will ask you questions back, and it will help you solve through that. Yeah, it will help you get clarity.
Okay.
Use that. Absolutely do that. I asked ChatGPT to do a lot of work for me.
For you.
But when you feel that you need someone to listen to you, maybe give you some perspective, when you want to use someone as a sounding board, especially in your Indian context or something like that, because ChatGPT is global, right? उसे
Correct.
Indian context समझ नहीं आएगा बहुत
Fair
चीजों में.
enough.
Even if you tell it, I'm an Indian, I'm a South Asian, this and that, it's not going to.
Right.
So that empathy, that emotional quotient, the fact that a person is uplifting you versus how can AI uplift you? Just like try to imagine that, right? So confidence, if confidence is the biggest problem, who do you think is going to help you elevate that? A robot or AI or a person, right? So that's where it is irreplaceable. That said, use it to your advantage, right? For small situations, absolutely.
Use it, right? Why not? Let's see. The world has come to the point where you
Yes.
are living with it. Why not use it to your benefits?
Yeah. And jobs will go away, so find a way to upskill yourself. A lot of professionals, by the way, come for this, right?
Oh, right. Because
Yes.
today's age and stage,
They
that's
are
a big
so
concern.
scared. I can't tell you. They're like, what is AI going to do to my job? Yes, AI is going to take some jobs, especially the basic level jobs, but not a leader's job. Again, a leader has to have empathy, has to have EQ, amongst other things. So nobody's going to take that job away from you.
AI works with prompting, but who has to prompt? A prompt has to be generated from an idea that you have.
Yes.
And probably where a human mind or a brain does far more. When you are helping somebody on a personal front, since it has to be personalized and not generalized,
Yes,
that's where the personal connect, the one-on-one, the deeper understanding, and the idea generation, which is personalized to this human being, cannot be probably yet done by the AI.
It cannot be. And also other things, right? AI can maybe listen to you, but can it see you? So a lot of a work of coaches also
The other
noticing the
senses.
cues, right?
Body language and
a sigh, or the body language, or the energy that I see in them.
Beautifully
Right?
said. Wow.
So
okay, yeah, you're right. Because AI can only read the words you are able to express. What about what you're not?
yes. What about the unsaid?
Unsaid. Who's going to
help you?
tap on what you're not able to say?
Yes,
So very well
yes.
put. So yeah. We spoke about how you generally help people find their Ikigai, that one-on-one thing. Is there any other way that you have been approaching or clients approach you? Is there any other equation that helps you help them?
Yeah. No, in fact, even I have been thinking about it. So I usually do one-on-ones, and that's how I started the whole thing, because people need that personalized attention.
Right.
But at the same time, it can be expensive for some people to do like a 6-session thing
Right.
with a coach, right? It's
Of course.
expensive.
Right.
So we said, if we wanted to help more people, how can we do that?
Right.
So we, based on our experience of coaching one-on-one, we put together a program to help people arrive at their Ikigai or their zone of genius, because that's one of the biggest problems that people come to me with. And that's what I solved for myself as well. So we said, let's convert it into a group program, which becomes easy for people to take the same tools, the same frameworks that I use in one-on-one. And at the same time, it becomes more accessible to people. And by the way, so we've tried one set of this program, and it has been more beneficial for people when they hear to others talk about their strengths, their values, their passions. We take a lot from each other. So working in a group setting has actually been better.
Oh, fair
in
enough.
a way.
And I think they also become a little bit more open, right? Because the moment they see somebody else being open about their concerns, they feel the confidence that if they can share, why am I holding back? Why can't I come forward and share, right? So I think that's a...
And that sense of community comes in.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone. Everybody else is experiencing this. I'm not the odd one out.
Correct. Yeah, wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
So do you do this regularly? Is it something that happens on
it's like a 6-week program that we launch. That is going to get launched
soon.
We did a beta version, and now we are finally launching that.
Lovely.
But it will happen every month.
So and where can people find the details for this?
On my website. So it's the95%.in. So we are going to update it very soon with that, with the information around that program. So anybody who is like, I want to find what is my Ikigai,
you know who to go to. Yeah. So we are now going to move out of the deep Ikigai moments of our lives. So this is actually a rapid fire round.
All right.
So when you hit the draw button in the app in front of you, a random number is going to pop up, and I have some questions associated to that number. So when I will ask you that question, and you should not think, and you should like immediately try to answer.
Got it.
Have fun with it.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's get going.
Okay.
Have you ever bribed one sibling to spy on the other? Be honest.
Not yet, but I can see that happening very, very soon. My younger one is still 2, but yeah, it will happen very soon. We bribe for so many other things,
right?
Not for spying yet.
One child-related decision that you and your hubby had to agree to disagree on.
I think it is about how we educate him, and that is a battle that I'm still kind of fighting. So as a coach, I want my kid to go to an alternate school where they work on foundational things before they start educating the kid. So emotional regulation, how to fail, all of those things. I want my kid to first have that foundation that we were never taught. Our relationship with failure, etc. And my husband is like, who's going to teach him ABCD and 1, 2, 3 and this? And I'm like, देखिए वो सीख ही लेगा वो तो. But then we are like, ठीक है, we do our own jobs and we'll figure out what school he goes to. But essentially हमारा education पे philosophy is different.
So the alternative education that you're talking about, don't they tap upon both aspects then?
They do, but उसमें academic aspect पे कम ध्यान होता है formative years में.
This is up to what age? Like how many years do they focus?
Maybe till the 4th or 5th standard. तो दोनों में होता है.
Understood.
They work on academics also, but at the same time more of that as well.
Understood.
So science नहीं सिखाएंगे, coding नहीं सिखाएंगे. Instead they will teach these things.
Right. Life skills.
Life skills.
Actually.
Absolutely.
A thing or a toy you wish was never invented but is your child's favorite?
I've thought about clay for that, at least with my little one around. She really likes those colorful clays when my elder son plays with it.
Okay.
I'm like, and she tries to eat that also sometimes. I'm like,
no.
I wish I had not introduced my son this early.
So do your kids gang up together on you or against each other more often?
Against each other, thankfully.
Thankfully. And not yet against you.
Not time. Yet. Only a matter of time. That is true.
So what do they gang up against each other for?
For toys, yeah. If one wants one toy, the other also wants the same one. And the same is with food. So my elder one will have lollipop, this and that. So I will give them this. But my younger one is too little to have that much sugar, right?
Right.
But it's something that is out of my control.
No, I think for the second, I always say that all the rules that you applied for the first kind of never work because the second always keeps looking at the older one and learning sooner than you would have hoped.
And I can't keep them in silos, right? I want them to bond
be together.
And everything.
Correct.
So screen time ho, chahe sugar ho, सब कुछ जल्दी शुरू हो जाता है.
The moment your child/children used your own words against you.
Oh, so many times, right? I would tell them, hey, don't raise your voice when they are shouting for something, etc. So now when I sometimes lose it, and I do lose it, they're like, Mama, aap kyun chilla rahe ho? Don't raise your voice. So they like repeat exact same words to me.
And that's actually quite calming in a minute too, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
moment they say this out, you are shouting too, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah.
Yes.
What's the one good habit your child forgets after a solid dose of dad time?
Screen time.
Oh.
My husband is like, "दे दो क्या फर्क पड़ता है थोड़ा सा ये." I'm like, don't nullify my parenting of so many years,
Yes.
right? Don't get him into this habit.
And it just takes one
Yes.
time, one day.
And with sweets as well. So both screen time and with
sweets.
sweets, my husband has a sweet tooth. He's like, मैं तुम्हारे लिए रसमलाई order करता हूँ. I'm like, क्यों कर रहे हो यार? खुद से क्यों कर रहे हो?
Don't give them an option. मांगा तक नहीं है.
हाँ, ऐसे तो रोज खाते ही हैं नीचे जाके. हमें देने की क्या जरूरत है?
Fair enough. So what's your all-time most effective bribe? You said you bribe them. How do you bribe them?
I consistently do. A bribe is usually either a sweet or again screen time. Yeah, I think that's the theme, right? Sweet and screen time in our home are the bribes.
Maybe from you, but from your dad, from the dad, they anyways get it.
They do, but he will further incentivize. मैं mall ले जाके तुमको donut भी खिलाऊंगा.
Wow. What's that one thing that triggers jealousy in the younger one or the older one when they see you interacting with the other?
हाँ. So वो गोदी की जो fight है कि कौन गोदी में बैठेगा मम्मी की, that remains. So if one of my kids is sitting, the other is gonna leave everything, run towards me and is like,
on the other side.
मेरे को जगह नहीं मिल रही. जगह नहीं मिल रही है.
बेटा इतना ही है.
So I'm like,
surface area.
पैर तुम्हारा, एक पैर तुम्हारा, दोनों अपने अपने पैर पे बैठो जो decided हुआ है.
Correct. I would rather have an uninterrupted peaceful bath or an uninterrupted peaceful sleep.
It's a difficult one. I want both. I'd rather have uninterrupted sleep. Yeah, that would be my thing. Because otherwise I'm groggy the entire day and I'm not a good person to be around.
And you need to help others with a very calm mind, right?
Yeah.
And if even your children for that matter, if you're really groggy and you've had a really restless sleep, you are everybody around you is going to hear it, hear about it.
There are days, by the way, when I tell my husband, also my kids and nanny sometimes that please don't talk a lot to me today. Today is not a good day.
Nice.
So,
no, I think that's important. Disclaimer.
Yes.
If you trigger me, you're going to hear it.
Yeah. And I know that in the morning itself. So I already proclaim it to everybody.
Yes. That's how I start my day. Align yours accordingly.
Yeah.
What's your most effective weapon against your child rebellions? Toddler rebellions or toddler tantrums?
My weapon. If it gets too much, so I've resorted to a lot of ways saying, "Fir mujhse baat mat karna." But then in that moment, I realize it's not something I want to say, etc., etc. So a lot of times I've just kept my calm and let the chaos happen. Because then that tells them that I'm not happy about it, but I'm not going to react in ways of saying, I will not love you, I will do everything. But I still don't like it, and I'm not giving a reaction to them. So the hope is they're eventually going to realize कि इससे reaction नहीं मिलेगा, we are going to stop it.
Actually, what you've just said something which is very interestingly different in perspective. Children generally do these things to get the attention of the parent, right?
Correct.
So when you stop giving them that kind of attention that they are craving for, or they learn to understand that this is not going to get what they need, which is the attention side of things, or this is not how you get the attention of a mother, they automatically kind of wean out of that moment too, right?
Yes.
So I think...
And they will still not get it, by the way. The rebellion, the thing that they're rebelling
no
for,
is a
they
no.
will not get it.
No is a no.
I do not negotiate with terrorists. So there is this book that I read, The Whole Brain Child, and that's what it says.
Right.
All toddlers are terrorists and we do not negotiate with terrorists.
A gadget or a toy you bought for the child inside you more than the ones outside.
I think bubble gun was one of those. Yeah. It's so gratifying that you can just click a button and
the bubbles again. All that
magical.
Is gone. Which of your kids is the bossy one and does the other agree? Or do you agree rather?
Oh, very clearly. My elder one is very bossy.
Okay.
And yes, my daughter agrees to everything my son says. He'd be like, उसके साथ मत बैठो, मेरे पास आके बैठो. वो आके बैठ जाएगी, भैया
Okay,
के पास
bhaiya.
आके बैठना. Yes.
You know more.
हाँ.
A bizarre park treasure your child declared is too special to throw, preserved by you even today.
He'd pick up ऐसे broken part, which looks like a pipe. Okay, ugliest thing I've ever seen. Must be very dirty and unhygienic, but he likes it and he's like, I'm gonna play with it. And उसके साथ clay के साथ खेलता है. He makes shapes out of it, this and that.
So it gets messier.
It gets messier. It's unhygienic. I don't know where that thing has been. But
who has peed on it?
Yeah, we don't know that, right? But
yeah. All right. My God, Ayushi, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, same here.
Now, like every rapid fire round ends with a hamper.
Coffee with current moment.
Yes. But you know, the hampers there are this, and the hamper here is like, where was it again?
So, a hamper is a hamper.
A hamper is a hamper. No, it's not the whole box.
Like, box is beautiful.
Like I said, it's a tiny thing.
No.
But
a hamper nonetheless.
Hamper nonetheless.
Thank you.
So this is actually a homemade herbal powder. So it's very good for your skin. It's like Upton. It's like Upton. This is something that was introduced to me during pregnancy. Wow. And stretch marks are one of the big things that it helped me navigate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So on the belly.
On the belly, on the hips, on the thighs, because those are the 3 areas that actually blow up, expand as nature intended. But when they do expand, your skin does get drier. Your skin starts stretching and itching. So this has to be mixed with actually an oil and applied like a paste on your body and then washed away. That's it.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. And thank you so much for being here. It was really wonderful to have you.
I loved it too,
Thank you. My name is Shobhna and I'm the founder of ZenMums.org, a platform dedicated to the holistic wellness of women and mothers of all ages and stages.